and his wife is holding him back. So I sat down, and I think I got the bag of popcorn from my wife. And suddenly he jumps up, and he turns around, and he stands in his seat, which was, well, you saw the crime scene. He was off to the right up there.
Right.
So as he's pushing on the back, there's a crack between us. So I'm leaning back in my chair. I got nowhere to go. And I'm leaning back in my chair. So he kept on hollering, and I'm not sure what he said, to be honest with you. He said something, and that led me to believe he was going to kick my ass. And I don't know if that's exactly how he phrased it or not. So I'm looking briefly. I know I can't go anywhere. So I'm leaning all the way back in my chair as far as I can to get away from him, and suddenly he's virtually on top of me. So because I'm stretched out, if you look at these pants, the pistol was in the right front pocket, and when you're sitting down, there's no way you can get it out, so I'm stretched out trying to get away from him. My left arm is out in front of me, and I think I'm saying either no, 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 or whoa, 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 one or the other. And then suddenly my head was to the right, so he hit me with something. And I assume it was his fist, but I don't know. Let me see. Get a mirror here. Something was wrong with my left eye. Anyway, I had him wash it out for me. So he hit me with his fist or with something. I think he had his cell phone in his hand because I saw the blur of the screen, I guess.
Right.
And I got my left hand out in front of me, and he hits me in the face and knocks my glasses sideways. And there was a young Sumter County deputy that came over right afterwards. And I have frames that you can bend them all over the place. But the left side was stretched out, so.
So he knocks your glasses off?
They weren't off. They were partially off, and I fixed them where they fit my head again. And for a while there, I was kind of dazed, and it had to be from the strike, even if it was a glazing blow or whatever. But I felt like I had something in my eye. Still do, but not as bad. The fire department guys rinsed it out with some kind of. Anyway, I'm leaning back. He's virtually in my lap. I got contact with something with my left hand. It's dark in there. I mean, suddenly this happened so damn fast. And the trajectory of the bullet should be upward because I came out of my pocket with it, and I'm surprised I didn't shoot myself in the hand. But and good heaven, I didn't need to do that. That was just, I hate to say that. I've counseled cops for.
How many rounds you shoot?
One. I guess you could say I was scared.
Okay.
I got arthritis in both hands. My back's a freaking wreck. I was on SWAT for 15 years. We thought we were supermen, and as you get older, you find out you're a physical wreck.
Okay. But, and you had that gun in your right?
It was in my right front pocket, and I'm stretched out. Well, like I said, you can see the pockets here, and you can't get it out if you're not completely. I'm stretched out in my seat, sort of like this.
Right.
And I'm whoa, 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 or no, 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 and one or the other. And then I'm hit in the face, and it had to be him. He did it. And
you got any idea where you shot him at?
I have no idea. I heard somebody saying he was shot in the chest.
You see anything in his hands?
I think he had the cell phone. When he turned away from me, I looked down, and his cell phone was laying at my feet. So I think that's what he hit me in the face with. I didn't see anything else. And I don't know what you guys found out.
I hear you. Did your wife, where was your wife found?
She was sitting on the right-hand side. If she's paying attention, and bless her heart, there's no justification for what happened in there, so I understand her.
Still with us, forensic criminologist Dr. Laura Pettler. Let me ask you this time, Dr. Pettler, what stood out to you as you watched this portion of the interview?
Oh, Ashley, I was sitting here kind of jotting down a few notes as Curtis Reeves was talking, and several things are important to note about the second part of this interview. The first word that came to mind the first word that I observed him and I heard him say was the word think. So when somebody says think, they're not sure. when you say, I think it's going to rain, you don't know for sure it's going to rain. You're saying you think it's going to rain, it might rain. And so when they're asking him questions, instead of him being very certain, you know, I stood up, I turned around, I said this, I did that, and taking possession, he says, you know, I think this is what I said, or I think this is what I did. He also said the phrase, to be honest with you. And when anybody says, to be honest with you, I always kind of, you know, perk up and pay attention to what they're saying that about. Because are they really being honest with you, or are they saying that they want to be honest with you? I mean, that means something. That phrase means they want to be honest with you, but they're not being honest with you. So you have to question, you know, what he's saying there. And then the other thing that I noticed right after that, Ashley, was that he stuttered and he said the word when twice. Now, when you're seeing this on the screen here on Court TV, they don't include in the transcribed language when, comma, when. But he actually said when twice, and I caught that. And when somebody stutters like that, it says, I don't know what happened, or when the next thing I know. That's kind of the way he sounded right there. The other thing he's doing throughout the second part of this interview is he is pausing in between words. So he'll say, and then I got up and then when I hear somebody do that, I'm thinking that they're not exactly sure what they want to reveal there. They're thinking about, okay, I should say this here. I want to appear calm. I don't want to appear that I'm extremely nervous and anxious. But at the same time, I'm trying to get what I need out, but without giving them too much information. And then he says he doesn't even know if he says no, 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 or whoa, whoa, whoa. He says one or the other twice. He says no, 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 or whoa, 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 one or the other. And he said that phrase actually twice throughout this interview. When they asked him about something being in his hand, they said he said he thought that it was his cell phone because he could see the screen. But he doesn't know. He's saying, you know, I think it was his cell phone. I think that's what he had in the phone and in his hand.
And Laura, the other thing I noticed is he also said, I have no idea where I shot him. We know that it was in the chest. We know that the victim died in this case as a result of that wound. But the defendant himself said, I have no idea where I shot him. Laura, stay with us. We're going to have more of Curtis Reeves' interview with Tampa police officers coming up later in our show. But after the break, we're going to hear from an eyewitness to the movie popcorn shooting incident. That's the wife of the defendant, Curtis Reeves. That's next here on Court TV Live.